And I am live. Been a while. I've been away from doing these streams for a while now. Got the chat window up. I can see all the great people who come on that usually get people from Mixer. I've said that before. Usually from Mixer, usually from Europe. The UK, I've had people from Denmark in the chat. It's still sore in one spot, but my knee has been doing better. I've let my knee rest up, and I am losing weight. Tygra's mom came to visit the other day, and she definitely noticed that I had gone down in weight. And she's a nurse. She works as a nurse, and she's definitely noticed both of us have lost a lot of weight. And I think Tygra's weight has stabilized. From our diet, we've started. He lost like 30 pounds in like the past couple of months, and I probably lost about the same amount from this diet we're on. And so we've reached the point to where to go further we have to do more. So we're going to be doing stuff like taking forskolin. It's a plant extract that accelerates your metabolism. It was recommended by Dr. Oz to get rid of your belly fat. We are already taking some spices that are blood sugar neutral. We're already doing spices that are blood sugar neutral that get rid of the other fat, the toxic fat that's all around your internal organs, that's inside your internal organs. There's that fat that gets rid of, and there's 5 of them. It's oregano, cayenne, cloves. I keep forgetting the other 2, but we take cinnamon and one other one. I think it's turmeric, and we use those on almost a regular basis or semi-regular basis. We don't do all of them all at the same time, but we usually do them, and we usually use those. We have all those spices, on a spice rack in the kitchen. I may do a video. I may do a video at some point in the kitchen, showing everything. I mean, our place is a mess. We're 3 bachelors living in the same house. Not a female in sight. Place looks like Fallout 4 home. I'm riding my exercise bike, the under the desk exercise bike that I bought years ago, and I should have been using a long time ago, and now I'm starting to really get some mileage out of this thing. Once he has lost enough weight to use it, Tygra will be joining me on these streams on his treadmill. He'll be in Discord. Probably won't be on video. He probably won't have the camera on him like me. But he will be in Discord while we're using our exercise machines. But he's almost down to the weight where he can start using his treadmill. He's almost there. Tighten this up a little bit. I need to replace this arm. That's more money I don't have. Okay. So let me put my feet in the stirrups. Don't know if you can see. Callie's over there sleeping. Being a good kitty right now. Okay, gotta lock the chair and start. All right. Oh, it looks like that in camera. It's actually not that bad. It's the lighting in here. It's the lighting in here. I do need to wash it. It's a bamboo pillow. One of those bamboo pillows. It's bamboo fabric. So I just need to throw it in the wash. I do that every so often. It's naturally antimicrobial, so it's not really as bad as it looks. The angle it's at and it's the angle that it's at and the lighting in here. But I do need to wash it because it is getting kind of raunchy looking. Well, I don't have studio lights in here, so it makes all the colors look weird. I did set it up to be... I've got two LED strips on the wall. I set one up to be yellow and one to be white to try at least to balance some of the light in here. But it doesn't do that great. And I don't have enough room to put the studio lights in here from the I don't have enough room to put the other studio lights in here, the ones that we use in the other room for the green screen. Elgato does have some small studio lights that you can hang up or you can mount to your desk and stuff. I've been looking at the possibility of getting one of those, but they're a little tight on the budget on those. Yeah. Well, she likes sleeping on there. This is her time to sleep, and she likes that. She's nuzzled into a Snuggie that I've got that I put on whenever it gets cold, whenever it starts getting really cold, and she likes sleeping on that. Because when I go to bed at night, what I'll do is, before I go to bed at night, she's laying there, and I'll transfer her to the chair, and she'll sleep in the chair next to me at night. And occasionally she'll climb up on my chest and curl up and go to sleep. And sometimes that wakes me up. She is definitely a spoiled kitty. Oh, she's asleep now. If I leave the room while she's asleep and she wakes up, she will she will search the house crying until she finds me. Just go all around the house going row, 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 until she finds me. And then after she finds me, she no, this is my room. This is my room. When we moved here, we were expecting the bedrooms to be a little bigger than this. I actually had a much bigger bed. when we first moved here. I inherited Tygra's old Posturepedic, and it was old and it was starting to wear out, and so I got this to replace it. And it's a smaller bed. It doesn't take it. The old bed was queen size, and it almost took up the entire space in this place. But now I've got a little more room to work with because it's this one. I've been off. I haven't been streaming using the exercise bike. I haven't been using the exercise bike for at least a week, more than a week, because of my knee. I can feel it not hurting. I can feel just a slight twinge in the spot where it's sore right now as I'm pedaling. This one's been giving me a lot of, ever since we started this with the diet and losing weight and everything, this knee has been causing me issues. Almost a couple of weeks ago, it almost went out on me and everything. Yeah, I mean, I'm thinking of rearranging some stuff in here to try and make me a little bit more room in here. But I don't know how much more I can rearrange things. I wouldn't say it's that small, but it is pretty tiny. We want some places that are bigger, but we own this place. So right next to me is Dave's room, and Tygra has the room across the house. So I've had to get a little creative in finding some space. My closet's just full of stuff, and I'm thinking of maybe getting some more of those. I don't know if you can see it in the video, but I've got a shelf for my Bluetooth speaker over my bed. Sometimes I listen to binaural beats when I'm sleeping, and it's a good Bluetooth speaker. That's a really good one. Thank you very much. I definitely will. Because I got a lot of this to get rid of. You know, and it's my fault that I have it. I stopped giving a damn of the depression, and I let myself go, and I just escaped reality into stuff and stopped taking care of myself, and this is the result. And it is a struggle. I don't want to take the medicines for it, because if you look at the side effects for some of that stuff, it's worse than the depression itself. I really don't want to take it. And, doing stuff like this, talking to people, just even if there's no one in the chat room, like today, stream closer so I can see. Severhemorrhage, who's in the chat on Mixer. I always get people on Mixer. I never get people from anywhere else. Tygra is the only one that shows up from YouTube every once in a while. I always get people from Mixer, and it's great. It's great. But you know, I get people talk, even if there isn't anyone in the chat room or on Discord. You know, it helps to talk. That's my message at the end of every one of these videos, every one of these live streams I do, is the message that I give out is it helps to talk. If you have those issues, it helps to go. It hurts you to bottle it in. And I bottled it in for years, and it's caused me nothing but trouble. It's caused me nothing but pain and suffering, and you don't need to go through that. And I've been to some pretty dark places. Now, I've never attempted, but I've thought about it. I have thought about it. So I know what it's like. I've been to dark places, and you don't want to go there. And my family never understood what was wrong. My ex never understood what was wrong, and it ruined our relationship. I was something of a jerk. She made mistakes too. We're better friends now that we're just no longer married. You know, I had great friends out here who helped me. They didn't understand. In fact, Tygra didn't know I had depression until only recently. But he suspected that there was something definitely wrong, and they've been supportive, and he and Dave have been supportive, and that has helped me. So, you know, having good friends who are supportive, having people around you who are sympathetic to what you're feeling, you know, how things are with you, definitely helps way more than the pills. Anyway, I'm going to leave that for the end of the stream. I usually leave that message for later. Let me get my thing going. I'm going to start heating up. Let me move it a little bit. Oh, there. Better. Right on my face, right where I need it. Yeah, so a lot of stuff's been happening over the week. I am going to start mirroring my channel over on BitChute. Because there is something coming down the pipe with Google, a legal issue with Google that could result in Google being broken up. And people like me, I don't make any money off YouTube because I'm not in the partner program, because the rule change that occurred last year took my channel off the partner program, so I don't make any money off the channel. I don't have any sponsors. You know, I don't have a Patreon page. There's another reason why I'm not going to create a Patreon page. Just look up Patreon and Sargon of Akkad, and that'll explain everything of why I'm not going to set up a Patreon page. So I'm going to start mirroring my channel there, because there is a real possibility that this whole thing with Google will result in the company getting broken up. And based on what I know from Daniel understands the workings of YouTube very well. From what he's told me, YouTube would not be able to survive on its own as a separate company without Google, without their financial assistance. Their overhead on bandwidth and servers is so high that the amount of money they make from advertising, especially with advertisers leaving YouTube the way they are again, yet another adpocalypse, they will never survive on their own unless they make drastic changes, like either charging subscription fees or charging fees for creators to do stuff like live streaming, like what I'm doing. Things like that. Or creating their own cryptocurrency. You know, where you know, you get actual engagement from people, not just bots, but from real people, and you upload videos and you actually make content and you earn money that way. That's a possibility they could go, and they could tie that into they could tie it to Ethereum and make it work that way, and they would be able to make money, and the content creators would be able to make a lot of money that way. It would actually work really well. But I don't see them having the foresight to do that. Especially not the person that's currently running YouTube. I don't think she has the brains to really think on that level. So I don't think she really has that kind of level of thinking. And so if YouTube is forced, if Google's broken up as a company and YouTube is forced to go off on its own, once again, I don't see them having much of a future. They'll go bankrupt fairly quickly. Unless they find unless they find some investors and they get a considerable amount of funding, I don't see them having a future. And that is a real danger. That is a very real danger. That could happen. This is serious enough. What's going on with Google is serious enough that it could break them up. So I put a lot of work into this channel. I mean, I'm not as active on here as other people. I don't have a big staff to help me produce videos every day. You know, and I'm not in the best of health, so I'm not always feeling up to it to do videos every day. I would like to, but I'm not always feeling up to it, and all that. So I'm good to get 2 or 3 videos out a month. in my current state. And with the current equipment I got. I've got better stuff than I used to have. You know, the green screen and the better editing rig and everything. I have a much better personal rig that I can do streaming with as well. You know, it's a hand-me-down, but it's way better than I used to have. This machine is VR capable. I don't have a VR headset though, but it is VR capable. Anyway, I'd want to preserve that. And Gamers Bay, I know he would want to too. If there was a possibility that something could happen to YouTube, I know he definitely would want to. And I know a lot of other content creators who make this their livelihood, for whom YouTube is their job. This threat against Google has to be taken seriously, because they've been caught doing some pretty bad stuff. I'll tell you what it is. Google they're working on something in China called Firefly. I think it's called Firefly. It's Firefly or Dragonfly. It's a search engine for the Chinese government. And it's a censored one. Well, it goes beyond that. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs called out Google for engaging in business practices that directly aid the Chinese military. So they're giving aid. They refuse to work with the US military. We're currently in a diplomatic standoff with China over trade, and they're over there doing work benefiting the Chinese military. There's going to be legal repercussions for Google. I don't care what anyone says. There's going to be some legal repercussions for that. And there's already been some talk about breaking up Google and breaking up Amazon. You know, they own Whole Foods. They recently bought another grocery store chain. They own Audible and everything. It's these big monolithic corporations are getting even more monolithic, and the momentum to break these companies up is building up steam. Especially with this thing, especially now that the chairman of the Joint Chiefs has spoken about it in Congress. The momentum for that is really picking up steam, and everyone who makes a living on YouTube should be worried. And they need to take steps. And so they should start mirroring their channels on other platforms. I'm doing mine on BitChute. I've researched into BitChute a little. I like their technology. They have some interesting technology that helps ease the bandwidth burden on them. So that's a good thing. And it's safe to use. And they built the service as a direct result of YouTube's shenanigans of how they've been treating content creators. I mean, people like me are the reason why YouTube is so big today. You know, people like PewDiePie and all the other big YouTubers, not the legacy media companies that they want to come on and start producing content on their platform. They want to bring all those guys in to bring in the money. No, we're the ones that made them that popular. Not cat videos. Not people's home videos of their kids and stuff. That's not what made YouTube so big. That drew people's attention. But it's when people like me, ordinary people, started producing original content, started producing tech shows and gaming videos and let's plays and all that. That's what made YouTube so big. That's what made YouTube a household name. And they want to throw us under the bus for commercial content. That's what they want to do. They want to become the next Netflix. And, you know, it's like throwing the baby out with the bathwater. We made them what they are, and they want to kick us out. And they're making it harder and harder for us to do what we do. Like Jay's 2 cents got into trouble for having a giveaway that he's done several times before. So I'm getting fed up. I've been beyond fed up with YouTube, and I don't see why other content creators are putting up with it. They're putting up with it, I think, because they think there's no other place for them to go, and there is. BitChute. BitChute is the YouTube alternative that everybody's been wanting. And I think when push comes to shove, this whole thing pans out, you're gonna see all of them jump to BitChute. Because this whole thing with Google is that serious. They could end up getting broken up. That's a big problem for a lot of us because we use Gmail a lot. I use Google Drive a lot. We rely on Google Drive a whole lot for a lot of things. You know, for our house budget, we use Google Drive because we can share it between the 3 of us. Be able to look at those sheets, see what our expenditures are and how much money there is available for the food budget, how much there is in the house fund, what we can spend on the house fund to buy things for the house. Because we buy cat food for the cats, that goes on the house. If I buy cat food, I get money back for that from the house fund. You know. And I just recently ordered a container for 50 pounds of beans. We bought 50 pounds of beans from Sam's Club. So I bought a container for that, a sealable container on wheels. I'll get money back from that on the house fund for that. We use a lot of Google services. Actually, I pay $1.99 for 100 gig. We all have Android phones. So, you know, this will impact a lot of people. And big corporations have been broken up for less. If you were saying, oh, it'll never happen, it'll never happen, never say never. You know, back in the day, they thought AT&T was too big to be broken up. Surprise! Okay. Oh, that's a good amount. Ah, my feet are asleep. Let me move this out of the way. is a little loose. Okay. One, two, three, four, five, six, seven, 8, 9, 10. Huh. Yeah, I haven't done this in a while. I can feel that. One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 10. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 5, 6, 7. 1, 2, 3, 6, 7, 10. I know I keep talking about it and I keep promising it and I keep breaking the promise, but this week on MapPix we're actually definitely going to be live streaming something. I don't know yet. I mean, as I said, the channel doesn't make any money because we're not on the partner program with YouTube. I don't have a Patreon, so every game that I play, I have to pay for from my own pocket. I do have Metro Exodus, and I've been playing that, and I've been having fun with it. And I play a lot of other games. I play Final Fantasy XIV, I play Elder Scrolls Online. Occasionally I'll play Battlefront 2. You know, stuff like that. Marson B585. Marson B585. This is my show where I use a exercise bike and weights in the morning. I got the idea from Barnacles. He does a morning coffee show. He's got depression too, and he deals with it by talking to people in chat on live stream. And so I got the inspiration to do that. Even though, you know, sometimes I don't get people at all, I get more people from Mixer than anywhere else. That is so weird, but great at the same time. That's pretty awesome. But I get a lot of people from there, and it helps a lot just to be able to talk to people. Even though there's no one there, and just giving voice to my concerns and worries and everything helps a whole lot. And I've gotten a lot of people, a lot of really good people on the stream in the past month or so that I've been doing this. I have been off for about a week because of my knee. Actually, more than a week. I did skip quite a bit because of my knee. Quite a bit. And I need to get back into doing this. Because I've got to unfluffy. I'm a fluffy boy where I'm on a diet, and now we're going to start taking these supplements that helps accelerate the metabolism and stabilizes blood sugar stabilizing spices. We're using those when we cook. But when I cook, I'm the only one that cooks in the house. Speaking of which, in about an hour I've got to make lunch for everybody. But you know, it helps to, it really helps, because exercise also is good. That's the message at the end of every video I do. When I'm about to close down, which I'm going to be doing that soon here. When I'm about to close down, I give the message of, you know, don't take the medicines for it. The medicines are worse than the condition itself, and it's best not to bottle things up. Okay. Okay, it is about that time. Again, I'm the only one that cooks, so I'm the house chef. The only thing that Dave really knows how to make well is meatloaf and Tygra. Well, he's a Hulk in a china shop in the kitchen. Whenever he's in there digging around in things, I'm hearing destruction. So, at the end of every stream, my message is, if you are also a person suffering from depression, the worst thing you can do is bottle it up and keep it to yourself. I really encourage you to find someone who you can talk to, even if you do something like what I do. You know, you've got a webcam. If you got a laptop with a webcam, grab yourself a free copy of OBS. And if you've got a YouTube account, or if you do streaming at all on Twitch or Mixer or whatever, sign up for Restream and start streaming. Do a morning thing like me, even if you don't exercise, where you just chat with people. You know, do that. Or you know, if you don't do that, if you don't feel comfortable getting in front of the camera, which I didn't when I started doing this stuff, doing gameplay videos and everything, I didn't feel comfortable in the front of the camera. I didn't. To some extent, I still do to a little bit. I've gotten better since starting this, since getting involved with Gamers Bay and doing videos for them and doing videos for my own channel. I've gotten a lot better at it. You know, it helps to talk. It helps to give voice to your concerns, and especially if you're talking to someone who is sympathetic. to what you're going through. So if you're still in high school or in school, go to a school counselor. That's what they're there for. That is what they are. The school counselors, that's what they're there for. They're there to help you. They'll talk to a teacher, and they'll recommend you to a school counselor. If you're in college, check around to see if there are any clubs that help students that are having problems, because there are usually a club, unless you go to a liberal college and you're probably screwed. But go to your college or university clubs, and there's probably one there that helps students that are going through depression. Or some colleges and universities also have student counselors that may be able to help you. Sometimes students who are going through psychology classes will provide or work with the university to do some counseling for students. So check there. If you're the kind of person who is religious, talk to your pastor or your preacher or whatever, and most likely they will listen to you too. If you're into that sort of thing. I'm a spiritualist. I have thrown off the shackles of religion, the limitations of religion, and I am a spiritualist myself. You can have spirituality without the dogma. That's where I'm at right now. But that's not for everybody. Not everybody's ready for that. And so, if you are still going to church and stuff, talk to a pastor or a preacher, and they may be able to help as well. There's a lot of avenues. There may be local groups that might be able to help that you can attend. Something like an Alcoholics Anonymous, but for people with depression. Not a good analogy, but there are groups there, and some of them are free, some of them you might have to pay for, but it helps to not hold it in, to actually talk about it. And there's lots of things you can do to manage it. Depression is something you can't cure. Not yet. It's a chemical imbalance. There are treatments, drugs, but the side effects of those are usually not that good. They're usually pretty bad. And so it's best to avoid the drugs and just do other things to help you manage it, because that's all you can do with depression is manage it. You can't cure it. And there will be times when it will come back and bite you on the ass. It did that to me last year in a big way, and to a somewhat limited extent most recently, this past week, where I've not been doing this. And so you've got to keep up on it. You've got to, you've got to manage it. You got to keep up with it. But you can overcome it. You can learn to live with it. So you can't get rid of it. And you can live with it without it controlling your life, basically. Anyway, if you liked this video, or any of the other videos that are on my channel, consider subscribing, and don't forget to hit the bell icon so that you'll get notifications when I go live, or whenever I bother to upload a video. And also in the links in the video description below, I have the exact model exercise bike. It's an under the desk style that I use when I exercise. I've got a link to that. It's not an affiliate link. There's also links to the Gamers Bay community, we have moved to MeWe, so we are going to be promoting that site. We didn't move to Facebook because Facebook is LifeLog. We're not going to go there. We're on MeWe. MeWe is a privacy-focused social network, and the far left is attacking MeWe, so that's a good thing because that means it's not a network they control, and so it's a good place to be. Tygra's family is moving there from Facebook. A lot of people are leaving Facebook. MeWe is pretty good. I've actually been on there for quite a while. I was the first one to move there, actually, and it's good. It's a good network. It's a lot better than Facebook, and you know, I started moving there because Google Plus was going to shut down. Google Plus is shutting down in just a couple of weeks. And so a lot of hard work that Daniel put into Gamers Bay is about to go down the drain. He's been there literally since Google Plus was founded, since communities were established. His Gamers Bay is one of the first communities there. It's been one of the longest running successful gaming communities on Google Plus. You know, Gamers Bay is where Virgin's now defunct esports brand launched. You know, Metal Jesus Rocks. He hasn't been doing a lot of videos lately, but Metal Jesus Rocks, he was a big YouTuber once. He got his start in Gamers Bay. You know, and we were behind some of the marketing for the Seventh Guest remake. The remake of Seventh Guest. We helped with the marketing with that, and a lot of stuff. So we were a big name. I wasn't with Gamers Bay through most of that. I missed some of that era before I joined. But Gamers Bay was a big deal in gaming social media. And now we're having to start over on MeWe. So the link to that community is down in the video description. We also have an eBay store for retro games, PS2, some original PlayStation, a lot of original Xbox games, and some movies and some other stuff, and all the proceeds go towards helping the channel. So check out that as well, and we'll have, you know, other merch stores in the future, you know, things like cups and maybe mouse pads and bumper stickers and things like that. We'll have that in the future. We had a Patreon. We never really got anybody to sign up for it, and also, you know, with the whole political situation with Patreon, what they're doing, it's best that we left. Plus, YouTube is going to incorporate their own special kind of Patreon-like service into their service once Gamers Bay gets back into being on the part of the partner program. And there's other ways that you can help out the channel too. I mean, there's lots of different ways. So those links are all in the video description. You can also contact me on various platforms. I've got my links to my Steam and Origin on there. I need to add me on the Epic Games Store as well, because I've got that because of Metro Exodus. And also my Discord is there, so if you ever want to join Discord and come on the stream and just chat, you can do that. Anyway, I've rambled on enough. I need to get going because I'm going to have to start making lunch for everybody soon. My name's Mike TheZorch. I really appreciate everybody that came on to watch the stream, and the few people that came in and just chatted online. Thank you very much. I really appreciated all of it. I appreciate all of you who show up during these streams, because it really helps me out. So again, I'm Mike TheZorch, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.